almost harder to get a first down than get a touchdown.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Hunter take a quick snap and follow his big boys in for a touchdown.
Sure did. Good call, Curtis.
That was pretty easy, to be honest with you.
Yes.
You know, he just followed right up big Demetrius Morgan. Morgan just powered forward, and Hunter just kind of followed him in, fell over, and it was a touchdown.
And I believe that's probably what, at the timeout, they were told, that they're going to run this play twice, back-to-back. If we don't get it in the first time, then run it again the second time. It's a safe play. There's no chance of bobbling a handoff or any type of interception.
The hold, the kick, the point, touchdown, and PAT good. 28, East Hamilton, goose egg, Hixson. We got 1:33 to go here in the second quarter. It's been a very methodical, would be a good term, Galen, methodical first half. Two touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. We pretty much dominated the line, offense against their defense.
Yes.
Our defensive line fairly well holding them at the same situation, but really got to pat those big boys on the back for East Hamilton, just dominating, running these cross bucks when I was growing up, I guess you'd call it. And it's a 4-score game lead for the Canes, and you got to like where we're sitting. They look very businesslike, you know, not tons of emotion, but they certainly don't look down. They just look like this is what we've got to do, and this is what we're going to do, just what the coach said, and take care of business and get ready for the next week.
Well, I said that most of the practices this year have been like that, very businesslike throughout the season. Even after the loss to Ottawa, they said they just came right back out the next practice ready to work, and that's kind of what they've instilled in them even in the offseason. The winter workouts also went that way.
Cameron gets this one into the end zone. I know that's a shock to you, but he did. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own, we'll call it the 20 this time.
He's 5 for 5, 6 for 6
5 for 5. Yep.
5 for 5.
Opening kickoff and 4 touchdowns. Not a bad night for Cameron. Possibly a little tired at this point. Ice his leg down. He's got 4 points in the book, 5 kickoffs into the end zone. And, again, kind of a workmanlike performance for Mr. Carter.
And, again, defense staying mentally sharp, executing, because this offense can get you at any moment.
Robinson running right for looks like about 7, 8 yards. Nice play by the Wildcats, even though I think we knew it was coming. Couldn't stop them, and Hixson imposing their will a little bit on these plays.
Absolutely.
We know they're going to kind of run wide right, wide left, and couldn't stop them. There's about 1:10 left to go in the first quarter, so if we just hang tough, should not be a problem. Just got to be careful them faking one of these wide left or wide right and hitting one of the receivers long. For instance, we got a man wide right, single coverage. Nothing doing, though, as they hand it off up the middle. But got to be careful. You could see Mr. Pearden, doing down and in, down and out. Who knows? Out and up. Just got to be careful just in case. We're playing, if you notice, Galen, and I don't want to prophesize here, but
yeah,
we seem to be creeping ever so slightly towards the line of scrimmage, and if they were to do a play-action pass with a good execution, it could be painful.
It could. That really puts our defensive backs out there on an island in those situations.
We're not but about 11, 12 yards deep, our deepest man. And Jones takes the handoff and gets a first down with 12 seconds left up to the 31-yard line.
Hixson with no timeouts left.
Clock starts after they set the chains. I suspect if they don't get this, if they get this off, it'll be the last play of the half. And it's a drive up the middle for Jones, and nothing doing as the first half expires, and the score is East Hamilton 28, Hixson 0. We will be taking a short break here at the halftime, and we will allow you to hear the two bands, as both bands, as I understand, are getting ready for some competition. Both of them would like to do a full performance of their competitive band repertoire. And, again, for your entertainment, taking the field first will be Hixson, to be followed by the East Hamilton marching Hurricanes.
One thing they're going to announce here before the bands play is that the 8th grade football players from East Hamilton Middle School, they have a record of 22-0 from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. They are undefeated. And so they are recognizing them tonight. They're out there in their green jerseys. Some wonderful talent. I've had the opportunity to announce their games over the PA and get to know these boys. And I'm a little biased because one of those boys is mine, Burton Bell. Very proud of he and his teammates for winning some close games, but also blowing out many of their competition over these 3 years. And a talented group. They play together. They work hard. This high school team is really inspiring them to work very hard. They want to be part of this high school program.
We have a very important statistic to share with you. The first touchdown of the game by Logan Jackson also was his 1,000-yard mark. join us. The East Hamilton Marching Hurricanes would like to present our 2012 show. The music of the 1960s British invasion. Tonight's selections include Pinball Wizard by The Who, Hey Jude by The Beatles, You Really Got Me by The Kinks, and Painted Black by The Rolling Stones. The band is directed by Molly Epperson with assistance from Tricia Tatum, Alex Coos, Jason Martin, and Drew Daniels. Drum majors, Sebastian Lozano and Joanna Tang. Is the band ready? Welcome to the field, your own Marching Hurricanes. After that stellar performance, you will not be a bit surprised to find out last week in competition, the Marching Hurricanes are in first place at the Bradley Classic. And now, we have a very special recognition with us tonight. Representatives of the Area Youth Football Association. Please welcome as they run across the field. Ottawa Youth Association, 9, 10, and 11. Give them a hand.
I'm going to run out there and grab the camera.
Absolutely.
Because apparently she's taking some
Okay,
back with.
okay. I'll take over.
And the 10-year-old, East Brainerd Mean Green.
Never mind. He got it.
All right.
Thank you, youth football players.
To go here in the halftime, two entertaining bands. A couple pieces of information as I don't know if y'all heard public address announcer Carl Sodergren announcing Logan Jackson has surpassed the 1,000-yard mark in rushing this year. He did that early on. He's got 13 carries in the first half for 144 yards. You mathematician, that's 11 point yards per carry. So Logan having a very fine first half, as is the line, as we've mentioned many a time. But both teams back on the field, getting ready to start the second half. And, you know, you're Coach Gatewood, Galen. What do you tell the guys at halftime?
We talk about focus and execution, and you begin prepping some of the subs that might get an opportunity to come in. I suspect that we'll see the first team come out again during the third quarter and be sure that this game is taken care of. But they're going to talk about focus and execution. Both teams are going to have to ignore the scoreboard. That's what both coaches are going to focus on is executing what they can do, because it could be dangerous for either team to get caught up on what the score is right now at the half.
I agree. We got 20 seconds before kickoff, and the Canes will receive to start the second half here, the third quarter. And, you know, I would love to see the Canes take the ball, just methodically run it right at them, run it down the field, 70, 80-yard drive here, and go up 35-0. And just see what happens here is hear the background trying to get the crowd fired up. It's a little laid back at the moment. And here we go. Little music, firing them up. Hunter Moore, Galen, starting off, I think it was 0 for 2, 0 for 3, and kind of ugly, but kind of got on track from then on. I'm not sure what his stats are, but I think he's only missed one pass since then. And,
Absolutely. Been much more effective. His overall game management has been so much better. Eliminating, if you take away maybe interception in the Ottawa game, his mental errors have been at a minimum this year and has really helped East Hamilton be in a position to win. And I've known him since he was an 8th grader, and I've never seen him so focused and mature as I do now. I also witnessed him working out D1 this summer. Just total commitment to doing what he needs to do to help his team win.
So Hixson will be kicking off here at their 40-yard line. It looks like the kicker is going to be number 17, J.R. Walker. J.R. Walker, another one of those juniors for the Wildcats, and it seems like every time I mention a position for the Wildcats. It's as juniors. So I'd say next year the Cats are going to be a pretty tough team to handle just based on what I'm looking at on the skill position. Haven't really got in depth to see what the linemen are. But
when you hear about some of their signature wins this year, the big comeback win, they were 21 points down to Red Bank with 11 minutes to go in the game, and they came back and won.
Matt Melita with the reception.
And
Matt catches the ball at about the 10, gets it out to the 31-yard line, but nice 21-yard return for Matt Melita.
Matt Melita, the 10th grader, has really been a contributor. Coach Gatewood and the coaching staff are very excited about what he brings to the table. Very quick feet, smart football player, tough, and eager to learn.
I tell you what, he's going to be a hoss the next couple of years, and if he could add just about 15 pounds of muscle and keep the speed, he is going to be just everybody else in districts and go, oh, crud. First it's Jackson, now it's Melita. And here's Logan taking off the right tackle. Hit at the line of scrimmage with some arm tackle. Doesn't work on him.
No.
Picks up a quick 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 37 for the Canes. And, again, starting out in their traditional power I formation, Jackson deep, Dallas Hammond at the fullback, Hunter Moore at the quarterback position. We got Tony Francois wide right. Can't see who's wide left. Looks like maybe Cody Knox. I'm not sure. Bailey Lenore at the tight end. And the pass is to Cody Knox. Cody making a man miss, taking off, and he's got some speed and spacing. Cody Knox getting away from an arm tackle, picking up more and more chunks of yardage. Cody Knox, very elusive, tried to arm tackle him. Cody Knox takes the ball on about the 37 and picks up about, 17 and 50 yards is what I'm going to say. Excuse me. 40, Jiminy Crisp, 57 yards on that play. Most of it, Cody, it was just a wide pass left. Cody made a miss, and then it was off to the races and should have been tackled about the 30 and spun out of a tackle, getting about 20 more yards. And here we got the handoff to Logan Jackson. Logan ran over one of the defenders, knocked him backwards, but they still had him around the feet. Couldn't go anywhere. Logan picking up about it looked like about 5 yards, where it'll be second goal from this. Well, it couldn't have been 5. It's second goal from the 6. So, regardless, it's Canes ball knocking on the door early.
One of the big improvements in the East Hamilton game this year over last season is red zone offense. Red zone offense has been much more effective this season, of course, due largely in part to this running game, the inside running game being so
Logan
effective.
Jackson. I hate to interrupt, Galen, but
That's all right.
you're exactly on track. But Logan took it off right guard, right tackle, hit it about the 4, drug a couple defenders, and just stretched out with the ball on his big palm.
That's it.
Broke the plane for 6 for Logan Jackson. And the referee over here on the side, judge, just had a clear view. Hands go up, so it's 6 points, Logan Jackson. So the Canes sent out there a PAT formation. Tyler Lowry, again, the holder, gets it down. Cameron Carter with the kick. This one's good, about 40 yards deep. So the score, with 10:16 to go in the third quarter, it's Hixson 0, East Hamilton 35.
Logan's had some touchdowns tonight where he comes in untouched, but he, like you said, worked very hard for that one. That one, he had a lot to do with that one. Just battling and reaching and all the things he had to do to get in the end zone. He would not be denied.
So Carter will be kicking off for the Canes. This will be kickoff number, 6?
I believe so.
Kickoff 6. And I would suspect very soon, if not now, that we'll start substituting. I believe we'll be getting into the mercy rule. And for those of you that are new to that, the mercy rule is a 35-point lead. The clock does not stop except for a timeout or injury.
Or a score.
No, I believe that's part of the mercy rule.
Okay.
I don't believe
not
it
even
stops
during
for
a score.
Nope. I believe it's pretty much timeout or an injury.
I believe you're right.
Carter, 8 yards deep, coming in at an angle. Cameron, soccer player here at East Hamilton, and got under that one, kind of like my wedge, and just stops about the 14. And Hixson has to fall on the ground to corral it, and actually That's better than kicking it into the end zone as Hixson
Got a better
falls
result.
on the ball at the 13-yard line.
I think Hixson may have been surprised. Now, one of the things I don't like to see, Cameron Carter
limping off the field
a little bit. So
I'm going to say a little bit of embarrassment. It's almost the fact we expect it to go in the end zone, and when it doesn't, everybody's like, "Are you hurt?" So 1st and 10. Again, we said it early. Field position, and we've had it. They have it. Hixson starts this drive to open their first possession of the half on their 13. The handoff going wide right is 43 Robinson. He picks up, let's call it 1. Correction, that was Jones, number 3. I thought it was 43, but that was Jones.
with Matt Lundy on the tackle. With a good, solid, almost a form tackle. Just right in there, hard, solid, nice lockup.
Rodriguez, number 9, is black, and it looks like Ryan over there.
Ryan McCoy.
Ryan
Sure
McCoy
is.
playing. That's our 3 down linemen on defense. And, again, they're running wide and not a lot
Just
doing.
not
Maybe
there.
a yard and a half. Got to play a little conservative if you would, Galen. You know, we've been on them from the get-go, and you don't want to do anything silly and turn it over.
Absolutely.
Jones limping off. Eric Jones coming off field into the game. Isaiah Robinson, number 43, as well as Gil Brown, the quarterback, bringing the play in.
It's really good to see East Hamilton, even though they have a large lead, it'd be easy for them to let up, but it looks like this defense is dialed in. They're still communicating. They're bouncing around out there, and they're executing their defensive assignments very well.
Brown's receiver fell down, so he goes it the other way. And I tell you what,
Austin
Gil Brown
Gatewood.
threw a beautiful pass to the receiver, and at the very last second, I couldn't see, as Austin Gatewood put his hand right in his pocket, stripped the ball because, I mean, that's the case where the offense was perfect, and Austin Gatewood just got there in perfect timing.
And it looks like a play where Austin had to pick up the back out of the backfield, and a lot of times the offenses like when they can get a running back against a linebacker in pass play. It's usually a good matchup for them. But Austin running stride for stride with the running back, kept his attention right there.
A booming kick again by Gil Brown. Field by Hunter Parker. Hunter going down the sidelines. Oh, my goodness. I tell you what.
Oh, my.
Hunter, you know, we're totally on the opposite side of the field, and Hunter Parker took off like a bullet down the sidelines, and I thought he was out early, but obviously he wasn't, but apparently stepped out when he made that cutback move at the 32-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, and again, our field position, you know, you can't ask for anything better from the defense. They've just held them up, made them punt. You know, we've been on their side most of the game. Speaking of the game, 6:50 to go here in the third quarter for the Canes. And like I said, Logan Jackson is not in there.
Lamont Greer.
Looks like the tailback is Greer. Greer taking it right up the gut, hard and fast
my.
for an 11, 12-yard gain down to the 19-yard line, where it's going to be 1st down East Hamilton.
Folks, so I just got a text message from Michael Stone, who normally hangs out with us and complimenting on our broadcast. We'd like to thank Tanya and Jacob, students here at East Hamilton, for stepping in and helping us, doing a fine job. We appreciate Coach Stone for all of his hard work that he's done to put this whole program together.
The Hurricane Broadcasting Network, genius of Michael Stone. Lamont Greer taking it off left guard, left tackle, stumbling forward for about 9 yards. And again, special thanks to Michael Stone and his very massive production crew setting this thing up for us here. In the meantime, Lamont Greer is getting about 9 yards, where it'll be 2nd and 1 from the 10-yard line. And again, Coach Stone not able to participate and attend tonight, as he was at, I believe, his brother's rehearsal dinner. Congratulations to Coach Stone. Stephen Stone, the brother, I believe. It is his brother, I believe.
It's his younger brother.
So we got 2nd and 1. We can do pretty much what we want. And I think what we're going to want to do is hand it off up the middle to Lamont Greer, who's not been touched. And he's going to go into touchdown land. Hurricanes with 6 more, and methodical. And again, you know, earlier I was talking, Galen, about how the Wildcats were still bouncing around a little bit, and their sideline was still a little peppy. But got a lot of crossed arms over there, a lot of heads kind of sinking down a little bit. But again, you just got to do what you're supposed to do, and that's score points. We're not really going after them, so to speak, but just right up the middle. You can't say much more. The snap, the place, the kick, the point. One more for Cameron Carter. I'll tell you what, if they don't put Logan in and they keep scoring touchdowns, Cameron may catch Logan.
That offensive line still creating large holes, and Lamont Greer doing a nice job of staying behind his pads, behind his shoulder pads, and just firing off, getting down the field. On the sidelines, you see some very excited young men, starting to see some young men being put together that aren't our starters, beginning to prep themselves to go in. It's very important to be able to do this time of year, to be able to allow some of the younger players to get some experience.
Absolutely. You certainly don't wish this on any of these fine young men, but just one mistake, one injury, one sprained ankle, one twisted knee, one slight concussion where the doctors and the TSSAA force you to sit, and it's playoff time. You need experienced, tried and true backup, so to speak.
And Peyton Manning says there is no replacement for on the field learning. You learn more about the game playing in the games.
All right, so Cameron blew his streak at 5, so here he goes. Let's see if we can get another one started. And I'm going to say yes, he did. This one going back about 4 yards into the end zone, where it'll be Hixson's ball, 1st and 10 at the, you guessed it, the 20. 3:36 to go in the third quarter. And here's a good example, Galen. The clock is going, even though they're changing possession. And the game does speed up, and I believe it's a very good rule. Nobody wants to be humiliated, and it doesn't do much good for the team just racking up the points to just keep pouring it on. Even though we're running kind of a vanilla offense right up the middle, off guard, off tackle. But, if you're still blowing a hole out, you're still putting points up, and it's just not good. So Hixson with a swing pass to number 33. Looked like that was Alante Novine, trying to get him sprung, as he's very dangerous. But, again, good coverage, good defense, and it's a pickup of 5.
Hixson just has not been able to get him into the game plan the way they probably would have hoped. Dangerous player like him.
So it'll be Hixson's ball, and 2nd and 5. Looks like Gatewood creeping up for a quick blitz. Handoff to the Hixson tailback, 34, Kedrick. Bradley taking it wide left, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds just short of the 30. It'll be 3rd and, we'll say, 2.
You see a number of replacements coming in now. Not replacements, but guys that normally don't start. And they're beginning to cycle through and work along the defensive line in various positions on defense.
For example, Michael Price, a senior, coming in to play nose guard for the Canes. Love to see the seniors get in, Galen.
Absolutely.
At all times.
Especially the seniors who have been around this program from the beginning. This is the
they
group that were freshmen in our early years when we weren't winning very often, when we were on the other side of some of these lopsided games, who just kept grinding it out, establishing the tone of the program, being an example to the younger players. These are guys that will always be remembered for their contribution to building the East Hamilton football program.
Absolutely. That was Martez Dura, shoestring tackle on the Wildcats, Pearden. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats on the 35 with 1:14 to go in the third. And Kedrick Bradley taking it up the middle for a quick, I'll call it 6-yard gain into the game for the Canes. Lots of subs, like you mentioned. Good to see some
Cody Knox
other
coming
players.
out of the
Cody
game
Knox.
after a good night. See some of the football players and cheerleaders tonight wearing pink. Football players adding maybe some pink socks or sweatbands.
Good call into the game.
Cancer.
DeAndre Black, he's got those attractive pink socks on. Okay. I hope he doesn't hear me say that, because I certainly wouldn't want to run into him at any time when he's mad at me.
Most of the time I see DeAndre smiling. I don't know how much he smiles on the football field, but
happy-go-lucky guy. Just a
he
great
sure
attitude for Mr. Black, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Hixson. Running wide right is Jones, and there's really not a whole lot but blackness in his vision. Looked like a pickup of about 1 forward position. And that's the end of the quarter. A quick third quarter, if I would, Galen, on the live clock. As once the clock got going in the mercy rule, it went quickly. And don't know if you're keeping up, Galen, but that's 14 points in the first, 14 points in the second, and now 14 points in the third quarter. And the score is East Hamilton 42, Hixson Wildcats 0. So far so good, Galen. It's just been exactly what we were hoping and expecting, and
absolutely,
Coach Gatewood and the entire East Hamilton coaching staff's got to be pleased. You had a feeling the opportunity for a letdown was definitely there, but
absolutely.
They've not done it.
And that's been the concern every week, because we saw it a couple of times last year, but not this year. So far, watching our guys come out strong. Here's some scores for you.
While we got a minute for you guys, some scores. We got at the half, Howard 6, East Ridge 21. Let's get up to the start of this here. We got Unaka 0, Boyd Buchanan 34, third quarter. Ottawa 24, Bradley Central 17. Big game there. Again, McMinn County 6, Cleveland 14 in the third quarter. At the half, Copper Basin 23, Towns County 14. Again, our score 42 not in the third quarter. East Ridge 21-6 over Howard at the half. Marion County 12-zip over Grace Baptist in the second quarter. In the meantime, Isaiah Robinson running up the gut for about 3 yards, where it will be, I believe it's going to be third down. Meanwhile, some more scores of interest for you guys. McMinn Central 7, Kingston 21. Whitwell 0, Sequatchie County 21 at the half. Signal Mountain in a battle, leading 28-18 in the fourth quarter. Chattanooga Christian 7, Silverdale 27. Big battle there. Soddy Daisy 12, Walker Valley 42. I'm not sure what's happened to Soddy this year. And lots of games going on here locally. And it will be third and a long 6 for Hixson. Stepping back, Austin Gatewood blitzing on the play. I tell you what, poor Mr. Brown, he didn't even have his feet set, and Austin was on him. He ducked under the attack, but by that point it was way too late. A couple Canes got him for the sack, and loss of 5. It'll be 4th and 11 for the Canes.
Jesse Barfield getting in on that getting in on that sack there a little bit.
Back to punt again, Gil Brown for the Wildcats. Again, they put those 3 guys in the back, very typical, then runs them to the right, and he will probably run right and punt this ball on the snap. Francois, he almost got one.
He was pretty close to
That's
that
right.
one.
It was quite a kick. Unfortunately, it was way wide right and going out of bounds. Referee walking way up to the 36-yard line. Very interesting for those of you that aren't sure how that works. You have a side judge that stands on the out-of-bounds line, and the referee stands in the back, and he marks the ball, and where the two shall meet will be the out-of-bounds point. And he just keeps walking up the line till the referee tells him to stop. So it's a pretty neat system. First down, Hurricanes, and into the game for the Hurricanes, number 44, Caleb Rhodes. Very nice to see some subbing here. And I hope he gets the rest of the playing time. If not him, someone else. But also, I'm excited, Galen, to see Matt Valletta. If we can get some lanes where he just is an exciting slashing runner with all sorts of speed. And again, part of the problem we have, or I don't want to say a problem, part of the opportunity, anytime Matt goes in there, it's almost always behind the second-team offensive line. And, of course, that's why they're second team. They're learning, they're growing, they're younger, just not as big and strong. And Matt's usually getting hit right around the time he gets the ball or right at the line of scrimmage. And the other teams usually got their starters out.
Yeah. And
it's just unfortunate. The few times, as you know, Matt got in there behind the first-team line, he's looked like a star in the making.
Very, very good. Bradley was a perfect example. After Matt had a wonderful kickoff return to give us great field position in the Bradley game at a time that really launched some more of our momentum. The coaches gave him an opportunity. We had a 2 or 3 touchdown lead. Matt went in there behind the first team and scored a 22-yard touchdown.
That's very good.
That, like you said, when he's gotten those opportunities, he has taken advantage of it.
And there's a little USC toss sweep to the right, and Matt found a crease and he turned it on, picked up about 14 quick yards for a first down right at midfield for the Canes. So nice hold by the offensive line and good running by Matt. He's taking both passes, and here we're going wide left, and Matt looking for some blocking. Nothing doing. Ooh, could have been a face mask, but no call. Ref was right there, apparently not. But it's a pickup of a quick 6 yards. And like I said, Matt wide left, just trying to find a hole. Hixson contained nicely, kind of stood him up. But it was a 6-yard gain. We'll take that every play. 2nd 4 from the 44 of Hixson. Canes ball on the drive again. 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the 4th and final quarter. And quarter's going by quickly. Going up the middle is Matt Milletta. And very nice. Stuck his head in the hole. Just running hard. Matt, not the biggest guy, but he's certainly one of the quickest guys. And he gets it right down to the 41-yard line where it will be 3rd and 1 for the Canes. And Matt's been out there for 5 plays and had 5 handoffs. So I should say rushing attempts, had a couple pitches. But 3rd and 1 for the Canes. They run double wide receivers and a tight end right.
Few players that was invited during his freshman year to come and dress out in some varsity games. Even did a little bit of long snapping, I believe, last year as a freshman, and in a few games actually got to run the ball as a 9th grader. Coach Gatewood and some of the other coaches really seeing something in him, felt like that could be developed, and boy, what a wise choice that was.
Wide receiver Deshaun Thomas coming into the game for the first time, I believe. He'll be way wide right, and he's got to back off. You got to tight end his side, and Canes ball, 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, nothing doing. Hixson just smothered that play. Be lucky if they give him back to the original line of scrimmage.
It's good to see Hixson still firing off the ball and still bringing the effort this late in the game that is obviously out of control. They realize their season is not over. They're definitely going to have an opportunity to be in the playoffs, and so I'm sure that their coaches are emphasizing that to them, that they want to keep just working at getting better, even in the rest of a game like this.
Canes, 2nd and 10. Lamont Greer running tailback, running wilds, what number 19's doing. Takes a pass or pitch wide right, scampering up the field for a quick 16 yards, and it's a first down for the Hurricanes at the 24-yard line of Hixson. We got 5:35 to go here in the 4th quarter. Lamont coming back off, Milletta on, and just it's almost like he saw the green light and just right through it. So good running for Lamont, and first down for the Canes. Hixson's 24, traditional I formation. Hand off to Milletta, not much wide right, but he takes it up the middle, cuts back into the secondary, and slung down after about, oh my goodness, looks like 15 more yards. That was a quick 15,
Very
Galen,
good.
I tell you.
It was, and
Just,
Matt
you
really.
Get that guy a crease, and he is just hitting the holes nicely. You got to like that.
Coach Gatewood, what he says about him is that he's got a lot of wiggle. And,
He does
he
have
doesn't
wiggle.
take a lot of hits straight on. He keeps his feet moving all the time, and created something there once he got to the second level.
1st and 10 for the Canes, 1st and goal. And the handoff is Matt Milletta, grabbed by the shirt in the backfield, searching, driving forward. So instead of a loss of 1, he picks up about 4 or 5 yards, gets to the 5-yard line. So that's a 3-yard gain, which should have been about a 2-yard loss, and that's just good leg drive, good effort by Matt. What'll be 2nd and goal from the 5, bringing the play in, number 11, Deshaun Thomas. Coming out of the game, Christian Lewis. Christian, one of tonight's captains, a nice little treat, little honor, and well-deserved. And one thing you've noticed, Galen, all these guys root for the other ones. It's not a
Absolutely.
me, I want to play. I think that at this point they just want to win.
They are very unified in their desire to win the district. You know, step 1, win the district, and then step 2, get deep into the playoffs. In step 3, they really believe that they can win a state championship, and they
you
are
know
just
what? Have you a goal, fight for it, keep it in focus.
That's it.
And so far, they're so good.
And there's been
good example of Matt. You know, just he took the handoff at about the 13 and he was hit, and managed to get to the 9 and keep it to about a 4-yard loss instead of about a 7-yard loss. So I probably see that on film where somebody just missed a block, because you know that's hard to get a handoff that deep and be hit immediately. So Matt again taking this one right up the gut, gets it from the 9 to the 5-yard line, possibly the 4, where it's going to be 4th down and goal to go. And I suspect they'll go for it. You know, you don't want to kick a field goal. That's kind of rubbing it in. And you're certainly not going to need, you know, try and score. If you do, great. If you don't, Hixson's pinned down deep in their own territory with what will be about 2.5 minutes for the next snap. Under center, Caleb. Long count, takes the hand off. Matt, nothing doing. Driving hard, though, and he scores.
And
Matt Maletta, I thought he was,
scores.
I thought he was stopped at about the 3. You know, he's not the tallest in stature, but golly,
well,
he
the
runs hard.
second-string offensive line created at least a little bit of a bubble there, just a little bit of a soft spot,
But
and it was enough for him to wedge his way through there. And like you said, he reached across the line of scrimmage,
you gotta like
along
his
the
effort.
goal
He
line.
was stopped, and not to be denied, Matt Maletta with 6 points, so into the game. Cameron Carter looking for point number 7. Snap, a high snap. Good catch by Tyler Lowry. He got it down just in time.
Absolutely.
Cameron Carter straight through the middle, and limping off again is Cameron Carter. He might be hurt. But
Boy,
you know
even
what?
hurt,
I don't know what Derek Dooley's doing tonight, but good grief. At least Cameron can make a point after. And
that's something we'd
woe
say
to
at
my
our
balls
house.
is he's just, I don't know what the deal is. You know, that's one thing. At pro level, college level, high school level, it's a point after try from the 2 or 3 yard line in the middle of the field. Should be able to make that. I'd be interested to see if Cameron kicks on this one. If he's truly hurt, it's not worth kicking it off. You know, he ought to set him down and let someone else kick. Can't see. Yeah, hey, we called that one. We're going to have a new kicker. Number 99, the backup kicker, Casey Malone. Malone, excuse me. No E on Malone. So
I left
Casey
off
Malone.
the E.
One slight problem. Thanks, Galen. I look like an idiot, but that's all right.
That was my fault.
Maybe I am. So, anyway, so we do have the backup kicker, and like I said, Cameron came limping off a couple point afters, and this time really loud. And you know, let's don't get hurt on a 49-0 game, and we're going to really need him before the year's over. And here's Casey Malone driving it down to the 15-yard line where it's fielded by Hixson's Gerald Jones. Jones takes it out to the 30 where he's knocked down by a host of Hurricanes. And nice to see someone else. And like I said, I would hope, or not hope, I would suspect somewhere before this season's over in the playoffs, we'll need Cameron Carter to make a big point after, a big field goal and something. And you certainly don't want him with a pulled quadricep or
And that is
hamstring
Casey
hurting.
Malone's first kick in a varsity football game of any kind. So not bad. Got it down to the 15-yard line on his kickoff. And
absolutely, this will be the last play of the game. And what better to do than to hand it to Pearden running wide left. And he's tripped up. Great play by number 31, Martez Dura. And that will be the ball game. Final score from Hurricane Hill. East Hamilton 49, Hixson 0. Ladies and gentlemen, got to say this game was kind of built up as the not two Titans, but two undefeateds with lots of nervousness, if you will, or uncertainty more than nervousness.
Exactly.
And I got to admit, Galen, they just put a whipping on the boys from across the river and showed who the more superior team was, at least on tonight's
Absolutely.
performance. Hixson, again, though, lots of juniors, lots of younger players, and you got to be looking for them next year as to be one of the favorites, as they are really young but really good. And
absolutely.
East
And
Hamilton, just a fine performance across the board. You know, the line, the skill
Everyone
positions, execution. The coaches made good plays. Just a nice win.
One thing I did notice, Curtis, is that really good news. Trey Herndon, who suffered a fractured hip in the Brainerd game, who wasn't supposed to be able to be out here at all until the playoffs, dressed out tonight. He wasn't getting to play. And
well, I didn't see him in uniform, but that's okay.
Yeah, number 21 is out there on the field. I saw him before the game.
Okay,
he didn't
great.
get in the game, but
they're not going to play
he
him
wanted
until
to
the
dress
playoffs.
out to support his
Fellow teammates. Yeah,
and he
and
just
that
wanted
is
to
good.
dress out, even knowing that they weren't going to be allowed to play. He talked to him yesterday. They let him off the crutches, allowed him to start running. No contact yet, but he wanted to dress out, be on the sidelines with his teammates. Like you said, these players root for each other, and we will need Trey later on in the season. And
Trey, probably one of the
healing.
most athletic players we've got on the team. And I do see him over there in the crowd, and just really proud of Trey. Hopeful that he'll continue to heal quickly. You know, it's 16, 17, 18 years old. Your body just recovers very quickly, and let's hope so for Trey. We're going to need him. He's just one of our better defensive players. But at the same time, lots of experience being gained by Martez and all the other defensive backs who are covering for him. And we are here, Hurricane Broadcasting Network. A couple quick announcements. It's not too late by any stretch of the imagination, as we will be having a fundraising golf tournament for the softball fields, as they're working hard to get tops on the dugouts. And that will be this Tuesday at Brown Acres. Registration 11:30, lunch 12, tee off at 1. It's a shotgun, only $75. And for you golfers out there like me, I'm a golf geek, they're usually $125 per player on up. So quite a deal for you golfers. Please come out. You can contact me or Mike Gamble or call Brown Acres or the school. We would love to have you out there and participate. And again, all proceeds will go to the softball team. And then one final note, fundraising-wise, is the hurricane party that's been going on since before the school will be rejuvenated or revived this year. It will be November the 10th. And for ticket information, feel free again to contact me. But Miss Henderson, Ashley Henderson, is in charge, and you can contact her through the school. And we appreciate you guys listening out there. Once again, the final score from Hurricane Hill, East Hamilton 49, Hixson 0. On behalf of Coach Michael Stone, CEO of this massive franchise system here, Galen Bell, and myself, Curtis Smith, have a safe weekend, good night, and we will see you guys next Friday night against the Tyner Rams.